Jessy Junction has been such an amazing journey. Let me tell you, this is one of the most exciting projects that I've ever embarked on. You know, Jessy Junction actually didn't start vile watu wanaiona kwa nyumba. This idea was there way before even Corona. We had actually done a pilot for the show. We did it like last year in April, and we were pitching it for a station. So we did together with them, and we did a show that was out there in the audience, with a live audience, and we recorded it, and it was there. And we had those plans of even getting it on TV and all that, and it started there. It was there. Jessy Junction was there way before even Corona came. And after that, when we were about to start the project and moving on, because it's a very expensive show. You know, live shows are very expensive. We had a band, we had everything. Set was designed, everything was there. The team that I needed was already on board. The people I needed to come with me and record the live show, they were already there. It was another daily show. But when we just started, when we were about to start now, rolling over, discussing contracts, discussing what we're going to do, because it was another comedy show in a different twist that we wanted to do. But I've always wanted to do interviews in that kind of a way. So before we even started, Corona ilikuwa inatuangalia tu. Keep planning. Keep going and doing it now. Let me see where you go. Huh? So after Corona came, you know, everything came to a standstill. The sponsors that we had on board, all of them now don't want to spend no more. So we just decided, you know what, let's hold it. Let's take a chill place. So the whole team, we disbanded the whole team. We put them on hold, actually. Every person that was on board, everybody went on hold. You know, we just had to call and say we are not doing it. Let's wait until Corona is over. So when we decided, you know what, let's wait for it, we just sat. But again, the team decided, you know what, we can't wait because we don't know when Corona is going to end. Corona is not like a festive season like a Christmas. Ati inaanza tarehe 24, alafu kuna Christmas Day, then Boxing Day, after that there is New Year, that festive season, and then it's over. No, nobody knows when Corona this pandemic is going to end. So the whole team sat down and said, yes, you know what, we can have something else. And of course we had meetings and thought about how we can do it. So we simplified the whole big idea of Jessy Junction, the one that was going to happen with a live audience and with everything there at a location, a particular location that, you know, God willing, you'll get to see it. So we decided, let's get another way of doing it. And you see, this time everybody was about stay home, stay safe. So how can we use stay home, stay safe to achieve the same idea of Jessy Junction? So we sat down with the team and came up with an idea of, let's do it at home. Let's have a home setup. Let's work from home. Let's do Jessy Junction from home. That's where now the idea came in. And so we sat again in meetings with this team. We did a couple of meetings like now Corona started. We don't know when. This was like the third week after lockdown in Kenya. Curfews were imposed by the president. Everything, no one was moving. And so we sat and started thinking about how we can do it in another way. So we looked for a location. It has to be a home edition. We have to work at home. So he came up with that whole idea now of Jessy Junction. The whole team, we decided this is the direction we are taking. We simplify the big idea into this home edition. No, natafuta ngo kadhaa. Hii na kusimama kumaliza.
Wewe unangi kutoka ile sasa hivi. Yeye uchezea simu yake akiwa hapo. Unanipata? Wewe sasa hapa ndio ile position yako uko nayo. Na hii chiki opposition umekaa uko kandi. Hata unaweza kuwa na socks. Ile to have to how kwa kijugudo. Yaani ni place. Si unatuongelesha uko kwa hao unataka kufeel.
Hata anza campaign za online za feed unaweza fanya.
Yes.
Hapa mahali hapa.
So hapo nyuma
get.
And there we were. It was born. We just got a normal thing to do, and when now we said let's move, the whole team came on board.
So how does it feel to be late?
First of all, I want to give my sincere welcome to everyone who came early.
We're on set. This is our set. My barber is here. We're talking about barber, C-B-A-B-A. Barber. Like Munoz. So we're here doing the... Yeah, so it's about the shaving now. The kaipoa. Like don't rush. Done and after this, after Diongo, then I become Brother Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, I cannot tell it all.
Unasafisha. Unajua George, nimefikiria nani atapandisha hizo vitu. Nikatafuta mwingi. Hii ni abuse.
Achini abuse. Lakini hamjaifanya set ya nyumba? Ni kufanya ma concert tu. So this is it. Welcome to the concert. You know, watu wanakuanga na maisha kombo sana. So if you want something done straight, you do it yourself if you know that kila kitu kwako ni straight. I saw the lighting guy saying, leave the lighting to me. I know what I'm going to do with this background. These curtains, usibadilishe. I know what to do with it. And of course, you need to have ladies around you because ladies have that taste. You know, for men, people say men are colorblind. Yeah, to some extent, it's true. We don't know how to merge colors and all that. So you need to have some ladies around. So I want to say thank you to the team, the Vintage company, led by Janet Komboka. She's the one who came and said, you know what, leave this one to me. I'll know how to light it up. She lit the place and I know how to do the decorations. She did all the decorations. And the set team, the crew, led by my producer, Ndenga, they said, you know what, let's have it this way. Let's move the TV here. And before that, we had to go through a lot of international shows. We were looking at what other guys are doing out there. We sampled shows from South Africa, United States of America, Australia. We took sometimes, even at night with the producer, we would communicate. We would take screenshots of shows that we've watched on Netflix, YouTube, everywhere. And we would share and say, let's have this element that is on this show, on this one. So some ideas would come also after watching a movie. You would pause and say, no, have you seen this thing on the corner here? Let's do this way. Let's make it this way. Yeah, you have so some small elements. You would watch a movie and be like, have you seen where that fridge is? Yes. Let's get ours on the show. And that's how the whole team came together and put together Jessy Junction. So it wasn't about me. I was there, we had come with an idea, but if I didn't have a team, trust me, you wouldn't have seen Jessy Junction on TV. So I want to say thank you to this team. I remember George is the one who was going all the way kwa ceiling. And I'm no, hii color hapa, it's not good, this one. We have to change it here. It's called George, a Vintage company. So you do that. Then I had the team, the production team, who kept on moving the camera shots. Mara KTV, Mara hivi. And that way it became a good show. All right.
Ukizima hizo lights na maintain tu hiyo color, si ndio?
Let's do this.
One take wonder.
Haya. Hivi unajelisha mimi
Twende. Chai iko sawa levels.
Chai levels.
Take two.
Standby, uko standby?
Yes.
Action.
Sinjay. Hello. If you get to hear this song, somebody loves you. Sinjay. By the way, wale mnashangaa huku ni wapi? Welcome to Kinonton. Kino. Kuna areas za Kino. Mama, sasa unajua vile wanakujanga wakisalimiana na mama ananga story ni kelele tu. Ati sasa ni Jessy unaishi hapa? Naishi hapa. Karibu. Wakaingia kwa nyumba. Story ni hizo. Nilimsikiza nikaenda kusikiza. Mama Jaden, si alikuwa anaelezea mama vile anachunga familia yake isipate COVID. Ati nilimsikia amejisifu. Ati for me I'm so mele. Yeah, so nowadays, you know, I got the menu that closet. Kumbe hazikuangi ni mimi navaliwa. Anavalianga mdosi. No, I didn't say that. But huwa anavalia mdosi kazini. Kwa sababu that can nice dress. Si wewe unavaliwangwa, my friend. Hata wewe, even us men, mtu asikuje atuulize saa hii that tunashinda na ma sweatpants na t-shirts. When I look at it, when I watch it on YouTube, I always say, you know what? This guy has hacked it. And it keeps getting better and better. And by the way you see it, us and the guest there, that's not the original idea also of the home edition also. We thought since guys were not interacting and we couldn't invite guests on stage, on the set, and everybody is working at home, people are saying, you know what, I can't come there, me, I'm working at home, I'm avoiding contact and all that. So we started with a Zoom. So we did one show when our guests are on TV. I'm seated here and I'm looking at our guest on TV. Nameless!
Niaje bro? I see you.
Hey, wait, congratulations. Hapo huko ni kwa kitanda ama umejekelea kwa all unit kaa imeinama?
Ni bed. Mimi nikwambia ni bed muda. Ni bed tuko tu sawa.
Najua Wakikuyu na all unity. On a Zoom call. That was Nameless, Monsky, the legendary musician, award-winning artist. He's the one we did the first interview with on Zoom. And then after that, the team was like, no, we haven't gotten it right the way it's supposed to be. The director was there, producers, they said, no, let's have the guest come. And the first guest to come on the set was Maureen Waititu. Maureen Waititu! Sasa Kairetu.
Mambo.
Ohana atia.
Ndimwega nawe. Where? But I speak Kikuyu.
You do?
Like
Kiothe.
Ebu
nione kama ukweli unashika.
I know where this is going. Apana. Thank you.
Ama nyinyi wale mnaongea Kikuyu ya. Tureta dosha tureta tigewana. Na toti reta kai wewe. With quite an inspirational story, let me tell you. It changed the whole vibe of the show. When she came and sat there, let me remember, that was the first time we had a guest on the set. Because that time at least the curve on the corona spread was slowly going down. So people could interact with a lot of measures put in place, of course sanitizing. And I would explain to the guests how we are going to minimize the crew. There were some crew that were working from home, giving us directions. They are not on the set. I remember the day Maureen Waititu came, we were 4. The crew was 4 in the house. And the rest were just watching from a Zoom call and saying, adjust this, let's do this. And the show happened. She came on the set, and that is when everyone said, wow, this is it. And so we decided, let's go with this. And that is where now the journey of Jessy Junction began. The interviews have been amazing. Let me tell you, I want to say thank you to all the guests that have always been coming for the show. When I call them and they honor the invitation, I want to tell them thank you so much. Because from the inspirational one with Maureen Waititu, and actually the first one, I just want to say that girl is a blessing to the show. And after that, we've had some silly moments with the likes of Kina Jugushi. Yeah? You know, Jugushi is quite a character.
Unaona, ni jina yako lakini Celestine Ndakavai. Unaona?
Unajitetea sijasema wewe ni mbaya.
Ni vile umesema saa zingine.
Ameniuliza unanitanga aje nikasema wewe.
Umeharibu, unaenda ukiharibu. Saa zingine ananitanga Mama Tugi na wakati mwingine ananiita wewe. Hiyo umeharibu.
Okay.
Lakini ni sawa, tuendelee hapa, hatutapigania kino. Hatutawezi toka Rohiro tukuje tupigania hapa.
Hivi ndivyo nyumba yako inakuanga.
Kila mtu ajibu swali yake. Kama ni hivyo tutaendelea. Haiwezekani anakuja kunichomea hapa.
Unajua tuna record.
Si ndio najua, haiwezekani ndio kuja tunakosa. Nipatie maji zuri tena.
He was never serious the whole interview. I think that's one of the interviews that was hard for me because I wanted to ask him a lot of questions, but I couldn't because he's always making me laugh. He's interrupting the wife while talking because I think he's such a funny guy. So Jugu's interview was one of those unique ones. And of course, Willie Straburu, Big Willie.
Mimi naye nikachukua pia nikakipchoge nayo. Kipchoge. Ndio hiyo sasa.
Are you ever serious?
Yes. When I'm hungry. A hungry man is a hungry man. But I am normally serious. But here is a funny thing, eh?
Yes.
Most people think that this is it's more of a performance. When you're on TV, it's a performance. Whether I've had a bad day, a good day or not, fans hawataki kujua, audience hawataki kujua.
Lazima ujibamba.
But when I go home, by the mimi ni mtu mwenye nikienda leave, I can be indoors.
Yes.
The whole 2 weeks.
Yes.
Niko tu ndani. Well, okay. Niko tu ndani. Yeah, niko inside. Natulia tu the whole time. The whole time. I'm really, that's one thing I don't know. I love being very shy.
I think he's supposed to be a comedian. That guy, he's singing and doing news, but I think he's a comedian because I never expected that. I knew Willis tutaongea. The way he does 10 over 10 shouting is too loud. But he ended up making me laugh the whole show.
Shukani! Shukani! Okay, repeat after me. Dear Jesus, I come to you. I am a sinner. I repent. Erase my book from the book of death. Write it in the Lamb's book of life. Amen. From today, if people ask you, you say, my name is Julius Raburu, and I am born again.
And kina Bahati, yo. A small guy, but full of inspiration and all that. And there were so many. And I remember the interview about Pastor Victor, the youngest pastor, I think, in the world.
God has a calling for you, and work on your gift. What God has called for you, do not be shy, and work on what God has given you to do. Amen.
I couldn't even ask him questions. Sometimes I could just keep quiet and look at him talking. I think this Pastor Victor is an adult trapped in a small boy's body. I think Pastor Victor is a grown-up. He's a grown human being, an adult, but trapped in a small boy's body. Because he's so wise. And he amazed me with his wisdom. And I still remember that so well. I remember the likes of Burale. He's such an inspiring guest. Then we had a moment for Girl Child. And the CEO KICC, Nana Gishaga, came and spoke to the Girl Child. Sometimes you just let the guests talk because there's some issues as men we don't understand about women. So when she was talking about the issues that Girl Child, the girls go through in today's society, let me tell you, that's a story a man can't even contribute.
Dare to be different. Dare to go against the grain. It's going to, and when I say against the grain of dare to be different, it is going to be painful. But guess what? You're gonna get so much more out of it, and you'll only realize that after.
So that issue was brought so well by Nana Gishaga when she spoke about the Girl Child, and it touched my heart. Welcome back to Jessy Junction. I'm your host, MC Jessy. You asked me to bring this guy. Jumkona maswali mob sana. Mnataka kumuuliza, but who am I to say no? This is one of the youngest entrepreneurs in this country and a man that has risen from nothing to be somebody, to be something. Mse wa mtaa, akakuwa this guy. So ladies and gentlemen, on Jessy Junction, tonight, the CEO of Sport Pesa, Captain Ronald Karauri. Karibu Keno.
Asante sana MC Jessy. Happy to be here.
Happy to see you.
Umenitoa nikatravelizi ma off-road, but it's worth it.
Si nimekuambia.
Asante. No, I'm here.
Unaona, si vizuri kukaa town. Tokanga unakuja mashinani.
Pia sisi tulitoka mashinani na tukaingia town, lazima turudi.
Karibu sana Kino.
Asante
Karibu
sana.
Maji.
Asante.
Mimi unajua sana nilisikia ndio huyu ule mdosi wa Sport Pesa nikashindwa. Sasa nikakuwekea hizi maji 4 ubet yenye ni poa. I couldn't believe the interview you had with Karauri, the CEO of Sport Pesa. People that we look at and think they have so much money, yet they have stories, normal stories to tell. They live a normal life and everything just goes, you get to hear another side of someone that you think is way up there. You get to hear their story and they just are like any other person.
Mainly grew up Buru, up to when I got to class 8. Then after class 8, we left Buru. Nilikuwa Harambee Primary School.
Hii moja hapa hivi.
Unajua? No, iko Buru huko.
Yes, ni Buru.
Yes, unajua?
Senior government.
Of course.
So, yani wewe ukwenda group of schools?
Group of schools gani bana? So mimi nilikuwa Harambee primary. Hapo ndo niligrow. Nakumbuka tukitembea shule tulikuwa tunapitia hapo Jerry.
Kutembea kwenda shule.
Yeah, tulikuwa tunatembea.
Wewe.
What do you mean? Si tumegrow up and we are a large group of people. So mnatembea pamoja. Lakini mnaenda home lunch. Mnakula lunch time and then mnarudi shule.
Great inspirational stories with all these people. And one of the funniest was Abel Mutu also. He never keeps quiet. That guy can talk.
But every other guy.
Kula pause.
Kula pause mtu yangu.
Mwaka ilikuwa.
Bas. Mazee ulikuwa unaenda kukoroga kitunguu. Acha iungue. Wewe tunarudi nyuma jo.
So it's the art of
scripting ndio inafanya stories zangu.
Umeileta sasa.
Bro, hizo stories nikatel tu from point A to point Z hivyo. Hakuna kitu extraordinary. If you really think about it.
Ni za kawa tu.
Very kawaida stories. But kuna vile najua kukuleta. Come. Najua by the unajua si uko na attention span less sana. Pale YouTube tunakupatianga dakika zako 2.
Yes.
Usiponishika hapa. Nimeenda.
Nimekuskip kama ad.
Kabisa. So what do? Naendaga kwa climax ya story. Naanza nayo. In this 2 minutes na kufikishia hiyo climax hapa. Hapa tu karibu na mdomo. Ukienda kuionja, nakwambia wacha wewe. Turudi nyuma. Sasa ushajua kuna hii climax ina come. You will sit through my bullshit mpaka climax ikugonge.
Hey, that interview was the longest. But we had a problem editing Abel Mutua's story because hey, that guy can talk. No wonder he's called Mkurugenzi. Mkurugenzi ni director. He directs himself. You know, sometimes even on the show you tell us, okay, cut. Sijaongea hapo vizuri. Wacha ni wa show. Mwaka wa 2020 ilikuwa 2009 February 14th. Mimi wachana hiyo story kwanza. Chukua 2013 March 20. I think some of these stories are a lie. But it was the longest one. We had an issue, kuikata, but it was one of the best also. But let me just basically say, most of the guests that I've always had on the show are amazing. And of course, fun moments like that, those interviews I didn't want to ziishe. Like in Winja, Jackie Nyaminde and Jackie Vike. Those ladies, that interview, sikutaka ishe, it was too much fun. You know, they are never serious. Do you meet guys huko nje wanawarifaa kwa majina zenu za usanii instead of majina zenu za ukweli?
Always.
Watu kuitaje huko nje?
Kai siko baya lakini
huyu anaitwa Lola.
Alafu correction, don't say 2 ladies in this studio. She's the third one.
She's the third lady.
If you know what I mean.
Karibu. Yeah.
Mkapusi kazuri. Kwa kizungu paka ni nini?
Kwa kizungu si ni cat.
Kwa kizungu fancy.
Soma wapi?
Si it's a pussy cat. It's a pussy cat. Umepea jina nusu. It's a pussy cat.
Anyway, wacha
tuendelee. Ni ukweli, it's a pussy cat.
Thank you, Jessy.
Kitu ambayo imetuleta hapa ambayo ni lunch yenye tunakula after hii.
Mnaka nyinyi mabeshte sana. Nyinyi si marafiki hata vile mnajua.
Unaweza kuwa beste ya nani huyu, tumekutana tu hapa.
And pia kulikuwa na like you know kina Kabia Jesus wanakuja hapo na mapenzi, you know him and the wife wanapendana, wanakufanya hata unafeel kwani karibu ulie, unalilia mapenzi yao. Wow, si yako. So those unafeel tu. Uko karibu kuona. Unajua sasa mimi ni Meru. Mimi nimekauka. Mimi ni wale wa songa pande hii. Mapenzi nini? Alafu unapata watu wanapembelezana hapo. Love. Okay, umuita love.
Because me I met him kama ameokoka. Sasa mimi hata sijuangi hiyo Kabiwa kitambo. I remember when we met he was like a few months in salvation, sindio?
When you met the second time.
The second time. Okay, the first time.
The
first time alikuwa amekaa home kwetu, tulikuwa na housewarming, so alikuwa amekaa kupiga picha. So alikuwa modo wa bisha.
Alikuwa modo wa bisha hapo. Lakini unajua pale kwa kamera unairusha kama hiyo ulikuwa.
Anaona kademba.
Una zoom in.
Haya, mtu tumacho kiki.
So then we just knew each other because of that, but we were not like very tight friends. And then we met later when I was in second year. And by then, Sayundo alikuwa ameokoka. So me, I didn't know him then, akiwa Kayole. But I just knew alikuwa na cyber, nilikuwa napenda kwenda sana.
Yeah, nilifungua cyber. So what happened after nilimaliza nilikuwa na the academy. Now the scholarship. Sasa si nimepata tu pesa hapa na pale. Nikarudi mtaani nikamwambia buda, niko na hii do, naomba uniongezee kitu nifungue cyber. So nikafungua cyber Kayole na studio. So in fact hata calligraph ametembea hapo. Kwa hiyo cyber. So alikuwa ametembea, boy wangu mwenye alikuwa anafanya production hapo ananiambia, "Uchalima mzee ni mtalented." Ananichezea ngoma hapo masaifa sijui nini. Unajua sasa mimi
hiyo ni kabla calligraph hit.
Kabla hit.
Akiwa tu bounce wa carnival.
Tulipatana naye juzi aembe, buda ulijiringa sana pale kwa cyber. Who's laughing now? Mini OG. So, tumekitu manze. So hapo ndo nilianza saa kufanya tu job kidogo. And then Millie alikuwa anakaa hapo ku browse for free, unajua?
Yeah. Ile unaweza.
Anaingia alikuwa
ku print nini?
Documents
za shule.
Free.
A whole day. Nilikuwa naamka asubuhi naenda kwa cyber the whole day. Huyu msee alikuwa ananilenga. So anasema ngati nilikuwa namkatia. Mimi nilikuwa naenda hapo juu ya cyber.
Wewe ulikuwa unanitaka, acha mambo mingi. Unajua dem nilikuwa na DM na mtumia private message ana reply kwa comments. Acha dem shida yake ni gani?
Wewe hebu ngoja unatumia message private una reply kwa comments. Wewe ni wa wapi? Wewe umetoka wapi?
Unajua mimi nilikuwa natumia kasimu fulani yani Kenya kalikuwa kanaleta Opera Mini.
Yes.
Yani ilikuwa ngumu ku access Facebook. Lazima ungeenda Opera Mini uende Facebook. So the moment I see right here.
Yes.
Mimi nilikuwa na reply hapo. So mimi sikuwa najua.
Sasa hizo labda kuna dem mwingine na katia huku.
Anyway, see God. Sasa mimi ndo huyu. Mimi ni online. As you speak right now.
See God.
See God.
Ni sawa, but wewe kwenu ni wapi ndio kwenda hiyo ushamba yote ya kureply kwa comments?
Kwetu ni Dandora lakini imetoka Murang'a.
Murang'a.
Yeah.
Guy, wasichana wa Murang'a wanakuanga mabibi wazuri.
Yeah,
is it a myth ama it's true?
Mimi naweza sema
ni kweli. Wa Nyeri in Kiambu. Stereotyping yes, but is it true?
Mimi nafikiri kuna kaukweli fulani. Because mimi pia nimedate pia madema hizo area umetaja, acha mimi nizitaje kweni Jessy.
No, ni sawa. Nimesema stereotyping. Wanasemanga. Watu wanasemanga wa Kiambu ni sijui.
Wa Kikuyu wanasemanga mali yake na siriko, wanakulanga nyama ikiwa.
Wewe wa Kiambu wanakulanga nyama ikiwa kwa jiko. Wa Nyeri
ni kuchop their money or anything that is choppable. So,
Murang'a they become wise. You dated all.
I dated from those areas.
Hey! You know, as much as I'm just talking about Jessy Junction, the way I love it, the way things have happened, and how amazing it has been even for me. Let me tell you, we've had so many challenges on that show. Actually, one of the biggest is, there was a time we were doing a show with the Kabiwa Jesus. Imeenda, the interviews there, it's so nice, you know, you're feeling it, you are the heat of the moment, you know, then pa! Stima ikapotea. All of a sudden, darkness.
Kabi venye nilimmeet, nilikuwa naambia kila mtu anampenda. Kwa like we, siku hiyo tusemangi hivyo. Oh, lights.
Na hatujamaliza interview. And this is one of those interviews that people online are telling you, where they were Jesus family, and then when you're doing the bang, stima ikapotea. And then that's that time when stima ikipotea, my friend, ndio irudi. And then that's the time where Kenya Power wamepeana notice kwa gazeti. And you didn't even read the notice that there will be a power outage tomorrow between this time and this time. So, you know, we had just to we had to just call it a day and wrap it there. So the show didn't even have an ending. You can go and watch that episode and you will realize that the Kabiwa Jesus episode has only the interview. It doesn't even have an ending. The part where I normally have the wisdom of the day, the wisdom of the week, quote of the week, it wasn't there. Miss Tima. And then he couldn't do it the following day because also the crew are busy doing other things. There are other shoots to be done. So we couldn't redo that day. There was a time we had done like 4 episodes. We were shooting and we had content on the computer. So we had not backed up that content on another hard disk. Then the one we had where the content was, hiyo yote, that footage, ikapotea. Hard disk ikachapa. So we had to look for, imagine looking for these guests, and then convincing them to come. Besides convincing them to come back to do the interview, how do you repeat the same stories? How do you do the same interview? And this person maybe was speaking from their heart. They're telling you their story. Inspiration, they are touching your heart. How can they redo that? That would be acting. You know, unaacha tu hao, you just let it go. So we just said to let it go, and we just told ourselves, you know what, we'll look for other guests, and apologize to those ones that we did the show, but it will not air. We lost the content. So, and for me that is sad because those guests took their time to come for your show, and you lose the content. That's not good. That's not good. If someone has come for the interview and hasn't seen themselves, I'm sorry. Oh, of course, I apologize to them. Some of them. Yeah. The udaku moments that we've always had on that first segment. Iyo unaonanga nimeketi where I'm seated at the dining table and telling people stories. Hey!
Later hapa nataka kusikia kwanza.
Kuna yenye tutahave kurudia juu ya sound.
Ndio. Okay.
Una roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Rolling, sound.
Got it.
Action.
Glasses. Kwa ile shot yako zime interchange. The way they are there. Kwa ile shot yako ile ingine. The glasses are iko side ingine hivi. The way they are now, but again, now.
Badilisha hivi.
Yes. That way.
Haikuwa hiki kombe.
Ilikuwa hiyo.
Ilikuwa hii?
Yes.
Okay. Ama tuimbe tu hiyo.
Tunazimba tu hiyo.
Na Jessy yo mwamo ni kaine mwega. Atomato. Karibuni sana.
Hiyo song najua ni error show lakini pia unaweza karibisha nao wageni.
Yeah, lakini ina make iko sawa kabisa.
Tuka hiyo.
So nianze hiyo song.
Unaweza anza nayo.
So niseme na Jessy hiyo. Nirige na.
Eh.
Na Jessy yo mwamo ni kaine mwega. Karibuni sana. Niwache wajibu. Atoma.
Hiyo ni ya kukaribisha wageni.
Hiyo ni ya kukaribisha wageni kwangu. Kama unaona Kino is Bay. Kino sahi tumeingia class the same na watu wa Kileleshwa. No, nataka kusema Kinoleshwa hapa. So watu siku hizi tumeingia class the same na watu wa Kileleshwa. So sahi hata we no longer Kino, we are Kinoleshwa. Karibuni sana mambo.
Awesome.
Twende basi. Twende. So nipeleke hii kwa Kokix.
Kokix.
Unagaine kwa Kokix.
Wacha tupige ukwe na content.
Haya.
Na Jessy yo mwamo ni gaine mwega atomato. Hey, karibuni sana hapa kwangu. Welcome to Kino. Night, I'm telling you my friends, hapa siku hizi Kino nasikia tunafananishwa na watu wa Kileleshwa. Kwa hivyo we are no longer just Kino. We are Kinoleshwa. Karibuni sana on Jessy Junction. I am your host, MC Jessy. Welcome. Do you know those stories are true? Like, yeah, like 90% of those stories are real. My neighbors are real. There are some of them who are not talking to me even now because I'm exposing their stories. I'm saying how they talk, how they argue with their husbands. It's true. So some of them, they don't greet me at the parking anymore. They're like, hey, unaenda kutusema motion. Yeah, these stories are real. And the other amazing thing about that segment is sometimes even the crew laugh at those jokes. You know, I would tell a story that the crew doesn't know about, and they would laugh and spoil my moment.
Anajitambua si wa kusahau.
Imefeel kama hiyo line ya nini
nimeikimbiza.
So ni venye ufanya muimba alafu mwecheka we wale visimaribu hiyo wimbo.
You know, I want people to laugh at home, not you, the ones that are shooting. Don't laugh. You're supposed to be immune. When pastors wanasemanga shindwe anguka kanisa, everybody falls, but not the cameraman. So these guys, why are they laughing? Why is my director laughing? He shouldn't laugh. Why is the creative team laughing? They already had the stories. Why are they? So sometimes they would laugh and disrupt me. So those are some of those moments that I've seen there. And also, you know, there are times also that I would forget what I'm saying. Nimetoka tu hivi tao. The only thing haikuwa ni kwaya master. Tulikuwa tunataka kama kwaya ya wainjilisti ya Emali. Karibu tuweze kuambua haya basi. Kajua oi wini. Musinilete hizo tena. Tafadhali. You know, na hata ukikuja hapa nyumbani wanakujanga kutuauction hizo shati zimefanana, kola iko huku. My goodness, siku moja mtavaa muende mahali usikie haya hiyo kwaya tafadhali. Wale wako hapo nje ya Nyayo House, kujeni. Ingieni nyinyi wote muimbie Mheshimiwa Rais. Na nimepotea na hiyo story.
Uenda poa. Sasa
niambie tu ni tuziongeze zote. I would forget what I was saying. My mind would just go to other things. And the crew would be forced to, you know, take a break or remind me. Most of the times I would forget the jokes. Yeah, it's a true story. Yes, it happened. But then, you know, you can forget. And the crew would remind me. And let me say, sometimes I would get tired. Would record the jokes, because jokes are not jokes. It's not a joke, my friend, to do jokes. It's not a laughing matter. Jokes are not a laughing matter. It's comedy. Hey. It's not easy. It's not easy. And now you can imagine, I'm used to doing stand-up in front of an audience, live audience. That's what I do. That's why it's called a stand-up comedian. Now I'm seated. I'm not a sit-down comedian. I'm a stand-up comedian in front of a live audience. And then you sit there, there's no audience, and you have to perform and make people laugh, imaginary people. You make them laugh. So it's quite challenging. I can tell you, yes, it is. But the best part about this show, ni my fans. Well, I never expected it. The way you see Nigeria movies, I never expected it. For real. For me, I never expected it. Doing a show from home, no audience and all that, you're just doing a show to yourself and the crew, the ones are laughing, and sometimes they wouldn't laugh. And we still have to air that show. My fans, mi nawapenda wote. The guys are subscribing on the show. We started the show from scratch, 0 subscribers on YouTube. And we had to tell people, hey guys, we have a show on YouTube. Even when I go to the supermarkets and someone says hi to me, I have to remind them, hey, have you watched the show, Jessy Junction? It's on YouTube, it's trending, it's the best. I'm telling you, subscribers came. Guys started subscribing. By the time we were on the fourth week, the 4th episode, we were over 40,000 subscribers. So we're talking of 10,000 every week. My fans were many surprised. And also coming on the show and saying, we want this person. I feel like they own the show. They own me. They are telling me who to bring on the show. They're telling me, we want to see Awinja. We want to see this particular guest. We want to see... I'm telling you, my fans, Yani. Hey, my fans, they're just the ones. They are making this show trend every time. After that, we leave it there. By Tuesday, Wednesday, the show is trending on YouTube. Every episode has been a trending episode on YouTube. We put it trending. Number 3, number 4. It stays there for like a week. We've not done a show that has not been on trending on YouTube. Na ni mafans wanafanya it trend. The fans are amazing. I love them and I appreciate them so much. Mafans wangu nawapenda sana. Thank you for subscribing and making this show the best show ever. Mwenye ako ndani ya gari Kule huko. Unaona kama huyu anakuja.
Haujui kama amepikiwa chai leo asubuhi.
Kuna hii siku tulienda kwa barabara kufanya photoshoot. We had like the photoshoot was done on the main highway, Ngong Road, from Nairobi to Ngong, that new highway, brand new road, full of cars, traffic all the time. But we had to wait for that day when there are no traffic. And our creative had to go scouting for a location to do photo shoot. I think that was one of the most amazing part of this show. Doing the photo shoot to promo the show. The cameraman is there, and look at it this way. The director has said we have to do this shoot in the middle of a super highway, in the middle of a main road, in the middle of Ngong Road. And we didn't know how to do it. Every time you go there, there's traffic. But he said, I know a day when you can do it. Actually, thank God for Corona in some way. Because that time there were not many cars. And we had to do it. So we had a guy, we had two people who are carrying the seat. Another one is carrying the mat. Another one is carrying the stool and books. And we have the cameraman. So we would wait until when the cars are gone. And then the director would be like, all right, let's go. So everybody knew their position. The seat guys wanaekelea kiti chini, carpet at the same time. The moment the seat is being put down, the carpet is being laid, the stool is there, the books are there, and I have to sit at the same time. And the cameraman is in position. Before the cars come, it happened in the middle of the road, during the day, Sunday morning. Oh, it was so much fun doing that. I think I'm going to do it again. I am going to do it again. I'm the guy on the road. Now, the crazy aspect of doing the photo shoot in the middle of the road. The director comes and tells me, we're going to do the montage of the show. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. He tells me, let's go walk in the streets of Nairobi. But he told me, let's do it. The same time when now there are not many people in town and all that, he tells me, you just keep walking. And I would walk, he'll go there, shoot me. Sometimes I'm looking at, where is the director? Where is he? He's somewhere between the cars, shooting me walking. And he would tell me, walk! Don't stop! So I'm just walking. People saying hi to me. And we did the montage in the streets of Nairobi. So I want to say thank you to also my partners that we've done this show with. Nusu Nusu, the team from Nusu Nusu, the production team. They've really done so well, and justice to the show. Top notch kind of show. I love it. Thank you so much, Nusu Nusu. And of course, the Vintage, Janet of Vintage and George, all the team from Vintage. I want to say thank you. They are the guys who do the decorations. All those things that you see on the show, they're the ones who are behind it, everything. Colors, everything. And of course, the creative team, my team, led by my producer, Ndenga, Kwach, everybody, I want to say thank you to the team. They are amazing. And our friends, the Kenya Bush Track Safaris, for making sure wherever we go, they are with us, they travel with us. I want to say thank you to them. And other partners, all of them, you've seen them on the show. I put them there as sponsors, asanteni sana. Looking forward to season 2. It will be fire. Itakuwa noma sana. I'm so excited. The guests in season 2, you guys are not ready. Can't wait. It will be big. We're going to do it in a different way. The team is already working on it. See you in season 2.